I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. In tonight's edition of Democrats Are a Violent, Dangerous Cult, the new Democrat leftist scam just drops everyone. George Floyd Part 2, White Liberal Woman Edition. Who's with me? Give me a hell yeah! So, a protester in Minneapolis, Minnesota blocked a road in her vehicle, tried to run over an ICE agent and was promptly shot. The 37-year-old woman was killed less than a mile from where George Floyd overdosed on fentanyl in 2020. And her name was Renee Nicole Good, 37. DHS described the woman's actions as an act of domestic terrorism, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey told ICE to get the F out of the city after the shooting. Now get ready, everyone. Buckle up. Buckle up. This is the next big leftist psyop. They are going to eulogize this woman. They're going to make her into a martyr. They're going to use it to pivot away from all of the fraud in Minnesota with the daycare centers, with the crimes of importing illegals from third world countries to vote for Democrats. They're going to pivot away from that in the news cycle, and they're going to focus on Donald Trump is fascist, ICE is the Gestapo, ICE are fascist, Trump is Hitler. They're going around like shooting innocent refugees. We need to, and women and all this kind of stuff. This is where we're going. So I'm just warning you, bruv. I am warning you. Too long didn't read. If you want to understand what happened yesterday in Minneapolis, I made a meme for you. So someone decided to hurt the police, and then they said, "Die, police." And then when they got shot, when the police defended themselves, they are saying, "Why would the police hurt me?" That sums up what happened yesterday. This is big news, everyone. Get ready. Get ready for the news cycle, because the Soros-funded protests are about to launch, bro. The NGO-funded protests, the American flag burning, it's coming. It is coming. And the Democrats have their moment. I've said it so many times. They don't have any policies. They don't have anything to offer. All they have to offer is Trump is Hitler. The other side are dangerous. If you don't support us and vote for us to stop Hitler, you're also dangerous. You want to see the video of this woman being shot by ICE officers? Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch it. Here we go. So it's an ICE protest. So the person filming this, apparently it's the woman's girlfriend. Yes, the woman who was shot by ICE, she has pronouns in her bio, and apparently she was leading the protest. That's not confirmed, but there's lots of rumors about that. It's a protest. They're blocking the road. They're trying to stop the police from doing their job. And then she tried to run over the ICE agent in front of her. Look at this. And so she was promptly shot. Let's watch it again. Blocking the road from ICE agents. Tried to escape. Tried to run over the cop. Okay, fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. So there's another angle here which really gives you an impression of how much the cop's life was in danger. Do you see the speed at which the vehicle approached him there? Look carefully now. Self-defense. Case closed. Absolutely nothing in this whatsoever. So that is the video. And now you have seen it for yourselves. What's your opinion about that? Do you think the cops were going around looking for immigrants to shoot? Or do you think a bunch of protesters were blocking a road and tried to murder a police officer, and the police officer acted in self-defense? So a witness said that the woman who was shot, once again, her name is Renee Nicole Good, 37, was a leader in a protest blocking the road. So here's a witness talking about that. Cuzzy Wuzzy.
To some commotion, I heard some whistles going on out front, so I came downstairs to see what was going on. Wasn't even dressed. And there was a car, the Honda Pilot that's crashed over there now. There was a car blocking the 2 lanes of Portland traffic. And the ICE agents got out and they were saying, "Get out of here, get out of here." And she was what looked like trying to turn around. And the ICE agent was in front of her car, and he pulled out a gun and put it right in, like, his midriff was on her bumper, and he reached across the hood of the car and shot her in the face, like 3-4 times. And then she must have just stepped on the gas. She stepped on the gas immediately, maybe got like 100 feet or so, and ran into the telephone pole and some cars, and then was slumped over in her car. And you could see she was probably gone. And there was a medic, there was a neighbor who's a physician who was yelling, "Can I please check the pulse?" There was no first responders. There were 0 first responders. They left her in her car slumped over for about 10-15 minutes, blocking us all. And eventually EMS got here, and they wouldn't let the bus in, so it was just the EMS workers, and they checked her out for a second, maybe 5 minutes or so, and then carried her out, no stretcher or anything, carried her out like a sack of fucking potatoes.
Can you describe a little bit about what this woman looked like? Was there anyone else in the car with her? Did you know if she was the target?
I don't know if she was a target. They clearly wanted her out of there because she was the main car leading the protest.
She was the main car leading the protest,
is my understanding. I talked to another guy who was driving behind her, but she was very successful in blocking traffic. She was
blocking federal agents,
doing what she was set out to do, and so they wanted to get her the hell out of there.
Can you imagine dying in order to protect illegal criminals who are brought into your town with your money, who then commit crimes at orders of magnitude more than the native population and will put you in danger? Imagine dying to protect someone like that. There's a lot of very stupid people out there, cuzzy. So this is the woman who was shot. She has pronouns in her bio because of course she does. I couldn't find anything about her social media, but you know that's going to come out very, very soon. X is going to do their thing. And Donald Trump, the Trumpster, he posted on Truth Social about this. The Trumpster said, "I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it's hard to believe he's alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They're trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate." So how fucking destructive is George Soros and the NGOs, which ironically use your tax money to pay these people and incentivize people to do this? Because no one's doing that on their own. I know how it works. I've had political donations in the past. And even if you promise yourself you can't be bought and you won't be influenced by money, as soon as people have donated $1,000 plus or $2,000 or $3,000 to me in a day for previous streams a couple of years ago, as soon as they do that, you're immediately aware of their political alignment, and you know if you keep talking about the stuff that they like, they're going to keep giving you money. Now extrapolate that to way more money. I'm talking like tens of thousands being paid. These people make good money off this. And how toxic is that cycle? Someone like George Soros, he'll launder money through NGOs to pay people like this to protest and destabilize society. And then when they face justice, or just at the very least consequences for their actions, Soros will pay the media to make stories saying this person is the victim and now we need to have more immigration, we need to have bigger government. It's layer upon layer of destruction of society and culture, and there's so much gaslighting involved. The left are, I say it on a daily basis, bruv, a violent, dangerous cult. So the Department of Homeland Security told Fox News the ICE agent who fired the shots in Minneapolis on Wednesday had previously been injured in a prior altercation. DHS officials said that while working in Minneapolis last June, the agent had been dragged by a car in a separate incident. So this comes after Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey threatened violence against ICE just weeks ago. Violent, dangerous cult. Here's the mayor of Minneapolis.
I am increasingly concerned because of the chaos that is being caused by these ICE agents, that somebody is...
It's not us flooding your city with dangerous pirates from Somalia who'll steal billions of dollars in fraud that's causing the chaos. It's the people reacting to it that are causing the chaos. Democrats, remember this shit in the midterms. If you vote for these people, you're voting for the destruction of your society.
Gonna get seriously injured or killed.
Oh, does that sound like a threat?
Somebody is gonna get these ICE agents caused by these ICE agents, that somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. Somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. And whether that is an ICE agent or a community member, we all know the tinderbox that...
Violence. Guy justifying the reaction to people defending themselves against violent immigrants that they imported to vote for them at the expense of the entire state. Violent, dangerous cult. These people have been threatening ICE agents with violence now for a while. So are you surprised that this is happening? Because I'm not surprised one little bit. I don't need to play the video. You've probably already seen it, but I can give you a mental flashback to when Tim Walz, the guy who's been making the headlines recently at the center of the fraud scandal in Minnesota, fantasized about the death of President Trump. Do you remember that? When he said, you wake up and check your phone and you basically hope Trump's died. Violent, dangerous cult. These are the people who are now coming out and saying that actually Trump is the violent one. I don't think so, bro. We've all seen the videos. So, as I said, Democrats now can try to change the narrative and deflect from all of the fraud allegations, all of the Somalian daycare fraud, all of that kind of stuff. And now the media is going to focus, laser focus, 100% on Trump is fascist. Trump wants to round up the illegals, put them in a camp. He wants to shoot people who disagree with him. He wants to shoot immigrants. He wants to shoot women. Hitler, fascist. ISIS, Gestapo, ISIS, fascist. It's going to be that day in, day out. It's going to be protest, paid protest, funded, organized with all the same fucking signs. People bust in from everywhere. You're going to see flag burning. You're going to see Antifa. They're going to run with this as hard as they can. Whatever is the most destabilizing issue to destroy society that will enable them to rule over the rubble in their new communist utopia, they're going to fucking take it. So I'm just warning you, this is what's going to happen, but don't fall for it. It only comes from their side. The violence, the criminals being imported that you're funding with your tax money, the flag burning, the violence, all this kind of stuff, it all comes from their side. Remember this when you vote in the midterms. You want more dangerous migrants. You want more radical psychopaths blocking roads. You want division. You want everything's racist, everything's fascist. You need big government. We need to raise taxes to fund all these migrants and help all the oppressed people. You want more of this chaos and destruction? Go ahead. Go ahead in the midterms, cuzzy. So everyone's saying that this woman was murdered on the left. All of the Democrats are coming out and saying the same shit. I knew this would happen. But I have to show you. So look, Ilhan Omar blasts ICE after Minnesota shooting. Calls agency's actions state violence. Tim Walz, deflecting from the fraud that he's overseen, that he's probably involved in, said it's a patriotic duty to protest ICE. So he's saying he's condoning the violence, people trying to run over ICE agents. Congressman Garcia calls for House Oversight Committee investigation into Minnesota ICE shooting. Let's not investigate why these criminal migrants are here. Let's investigate people who are defending themselves from people defending the criminal migrants. Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee to hold emergency evening vigil. Okay, this is the woman who's going to replace Tim Walz in Minnesota. Amy Klobuchar blames Trump administration for fatal Minneapolis shooting. Okay, the reason this shooting happened is because you illegally imported Somalians and paid them for votes and laundered the money back to your campaign. And then you have cult members defending what you're doing and trying to kill the people who are trying to stop your crimes. And then when they try to stop your crimes, then you basically victim blame. It's like blaming a woman for getting raped or something, for wearing a short skirt. These people are disgusting. They offer nothing. They have no policy. All they have is the other side is Hitler. That's all they have. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. Voting for these people is like dating a socio-pathological narcissist. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to blame you. They're going to cause problems. They're going to blame you for the problems. They have absolutely nothing, and they love this. They've wanted this for so long. In reality, there's nothing there. In reality, their side committed a crime. But now it's just going to be this toxic thing of victim blaming and gaslighting. Disgusting people. Rashida Tlaib calls ICE rogue agency after fatal Minneapolis shooting. Okay. So they were all saying that the ICE agent didn't act in self-defense and he's just a straight-up murderer. Swalwell calls Minneapolis shooting murder. Okay, so this guy's not acting in self-defense, it's a murder. Senator Schumer says he salutes protesters after ICE-involved shooting in Minnesota. So he salutes the people trying to murder ICE agents. He said it wasn't self-defense. He said he's gaslighting you and saying that it's actually ICE who are the aggressors. And now we've got the Soros protests coming. Crowds gather near Minneapolis shooting scene, chanting arrest ICE. Tim Walz said, I've seen the video. Don't believe this propaganda machine. A true hypocritical leftist. So he didn't tell you to watch the video. He said, I've seen it. Trust me, bro. No, we've seen it. We've watched it. And we could see he was acting in self-defense. And look, now we've got protesters burning US flags at the scene. George Soros on the case immediately. So, yes, Democrats are saying that the guy wasn't acting in self-defense and that the guy shouldn't have run over the woman. If you want an example to compare that to of how hypocritical this is, do you remember Ashley Babbitt, the woman who was shot on January the 6th? When she was approaching police, she wasn't approaching in a vehicle and she didn't have a weapon, but she was shot. You didn't hear a peep from those same Democrats condemning her shooting as murder. However, when the tables are turned, when you have someone on the side that they don't like, who's kind of driving in there towards the ICE agent, actually, when you have someone on their side who's actually literally threatening someone's life on video, not like Ashley Babbitt who grabbed the door, someone in a car trying to run them over. When you have that, it's a murder when they try to defend themselves. Do you see the hypocrisy here? Ashley Babbitt didn't have a car on January the 6th. Ashley Babbitt didn't have a gun. She was shot. They said it was fine. This protester had a car, tried to kill the ICE agent, and that's not okay. For these people, it's not about morals. It's not about ethics. It's not about what's right. It's not about reality. It's not about truth. It's just about power. That's all it's about. Everything else is secondary. Absolutely disgusting people. So that's what happened today. And the news cycle is going to be absolutely effing crazy, bruv. It's going to be nuts. The protest, the news, the gaslighting. Get ready for it, bruv. Get ready for it, because they're going to go hard as nails on this. So what do you think about that? The ICE agent running over a protester in Minneapolis, Minnesota, just blocks away from where George Floyd overdosed. What do you think about it? Do you think the ICE agent acted appropriately? Do you think he went a little bit too far? Do you think that it was self-defense and the protester deserved it? Do you think there's any truth in what the Democrats are saying, that it was a murder? I'd like to hear your honest opinions about it in the box below. If you're just joining us, I'm Johnny Massacre, and we're discussing the latest Democrat leftist psyop that's dropped, George Floyd Part 2, White Liberal Woman Edition. But if you have been watching from the beginning, stop your grinning and drop your linen, donate some cash, and let's keep winning. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, Patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, and PayPal.me/Gimme a hell yeah. If you can donate, it would help me to make more of these shows and bring you the news, because it takes me time to do it, and time that is spent doing something that I basically don't get paid for, and it therefore it just helps me to continue doing it. So we'd appreciate any donations. We had some donations yesterday, $100 donation from Psychomantium and some other very generous donations from others. Really appreciate you, and that made me very happy. Be interesting to see what you lot think about this. Pokemon says, fuck around and find out. There you go. Could have done the whole show with that. A lot of people haven't seen the second video, says Zian Omega in the comments. One single shopping cart says she shouldn't have been blocking them. What a dumbass. Yeah, I mean, it's unequivocal, dude. It's unequivocal. So the Democrats could drop a nuclear warhead on the White House, and then if anyone in the White House dares to raise their arm to try to somehow defend themselves from the blast, they'll say that they're aggressive and attacking. They raise their arms to attack us. That, like, they would fucking say that. The Dems have absolutely zero, nothing, no policies, right? Like, what do they offer? The only thing they offer is Trump is Hitler, and we want to import voters. And if you try to stop us, well, you're Hitler too, you're racist, and they'll try to cancel you. Most toxic people ever. People like George Soros and the progressive, via progressive NGOs and stuff, will incentivize and fund illegals to come to your country, to vote for them, to make a permanent one-party state. And then when those people commit crimes and people defend themselves, the same people who brought the criminals in will accuse the people defending themselves from the crimes of committing the crimes, and then protest, and just, you know, create destabilization and all these kind of things. It's this never-ending cycle of BS and destruction that they bring. They only take away and parasite. They take the tax money from hardworking people and actually launder it through NGOs to try to bring this about. All they do is parasite, steal, and destroy. They never build anything, never produce anything at all. It's mad how so many people would still support anyone like that. It's freaking mad. But I've learned that 50% of people will just repeat whatever the message is that's put out via the mainstream media. And so that's what you're seeing today. Democrats, dangerous, violent. Wherever they go, you'll see violence. You'll see chaos. You'll see destruction. You'll see poverty. You'll see drugs, crime, all of that, bro. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. So there you go. This is going to be fucking massive news, bro. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to run and run and run and run and run. And Tim Walz has to keep going with it. So does Klobuchar, who might replace Tim Walz, because it's all they have to deflect from the crimes that they've committed in their own state. They have to laser focus on it. It's funny, I was chatting to my mate the other day. I actually think we talked about this before, but he reminded me of this. And we both think that when Trump finally goes, and whoever comes next, the left is still going to invoke Trump when they criticize the next Republican leader. They're just going to say he's from the school of Trump, or he's Trumpian, or he's Trump part 2. They can't ever let go of Trump, because everything they do is just in opposition to the other side, and especially in opposition to Trump. He represents the opposite of everything they're about: freedom, liberty, and truth. And so that's why they hate him so much. Like, the more they hate him, the more you've got to love the guy, because he's so fucking over the target. He's stopping all of the destructive things they want to do, which is, like I keep saying, create a permanent one-party state in America by importing voters. He's the antithesis of that. So they have to go after him so hard. They're just going to invoke him again and again, like the Force ghost of Darth Vader. They're just going to keep bringing him back as an enemy, because they don't have anything. Can't you admit, like, okay, we've taken this what they should say is, we've taken this too far. We can't justify violence against ICE agents who are doing their job, who are making society safe and evicting unvetted criminals. This has to stop now. You know, having protests blocking the road, we can't do this. It's unfortunate, but that, you know, there are consequences if you block the road against federal agents who are trying to stop crimes, and especially if you try to run them down in your car. This has to stop now. We have to unify. We need to put America first, and we need to put the American people first. And unfortunately, there's just been too much mass migration. People don't want it. That's why Trump had a mandate to stop it. And so we need to let ICE get on and do their job. And if you don't like it, contact your nearest representative and go out and vote in the midterms. That's what people should be saying, but they can't say it because it's ideological and it's a cult. It's cult driven. Speaking of cults, Cuzzy Wuzzy, it's the UK Reform rally on Friday. I don't think they're the answer, but my surgeon who worked on my eye yesterday said you actually can go out. So I'm going to sign up for the Reform rally and I'm going to go there. So that should be fun. That should be great. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it was actually on my list of things to do in England, was to go to a like a patriot gathering or kind of rally or something. So yeah, super looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. I slept pretty damn well after my surgery yesterday. Having a local anesthetic actually takes it out of you. So yeah, slept really well. Had a few weird dreams. You know, I don't know what those dreams are called. You know, when you have dreams where you're trying to, I don't even know what it is. It's you're trying to do something routine. Like, I don't know, it could be pick something up, or it could even be a mental process. You're trying to work out what you want to do or where you want to go, but something is amiss in the process where you can't complete the task, or you can't complete the thought or the reasoning. There's some weird thing missing that's really abstract, and it's just this, you go round and around and around and you never get anywhere. Kind of had one of those dreams last night. It's a bit weird. Lord of mercy. I see my brother today, super excited, man. Never get to see him. He's so reclusive. Yeah, it's going to be good. Retro gaming time, cuzzy. It's going to be so much fun. Get to see my sister-in-law, who I love. So happy my brother's getting married to the nicest woman. So happy for him. It's going to be, I'm really, really happy. Could cry tears of joy. Oh my Lord. Yeah, so I'm not even going to look in the news anymore, because I know what the left are going to say. And that's, in my opinion, how you know when someone's ideologically driven, when you know what they're going to say before they even say it. Mam Danny came out and called it murder and shit. Mam Danny's acting like some vice president of the United States of America, giving his opinion on all the geopolitical issues. Bro, your job is to make sure the water runs properly in New York, and you can't even do that properly. Go do your job, you unk. Oh, what time is it? 9:08. Cuzzy wuzzy. I'm gonna book this reform. This reform rally is what I'm gonna do. Let's see if my mate Ezzy is up for it. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go. I think I need to organize my life a bit, but I'm happy to bring you that news because it's big, bro. It is, trust me, it's fucking big. They're gonna run with this. They're all gonna run with it to deflect from all the terrible shit that's surrounding the Democrats right now. They're gonna go so hard with this. They're gonna pivot into this story, and it's Trump. Get ready, bro. Part 512 of Trump is Hitler, when all they're doing is gaslighting you for reacting and trying to stop the crimes that they've committed. Have fun, everyone. Have a great day. God bless you, yeah? God bless you all. Much love to you, Massacre mates. You know I got love for you. See you soon, yeah? Cheers.